Welcome to another episode of Let's Make This. Today we're going to discuss the IMTS 2016 show that is happening next week. IMTS is International Manufacturing Technology Show. I have to read it on there because sometimes I think of it as the International Machine Tool Show. It's kind of what I think of it as, is like, oh cool, lots of cool machines. So it says open immediately. I just opened it. It's pretty awesome. Happens in a week, and I'm excited about this because I'm taking my dad. So I got passes for myself and my dad, and he's never been to the show. He's going to drive down from Montana to Denver. We're going to fly out to Chicago on Sunday, and we'll be there through Thursday. So if any of you want to meet up at IMTS, I know a lot of us Instagram and Facebook and YouTube followers who are posting a lot or just following. We follow each other and we comment on each other's videos and photos and everything else. So it'd be really cool to hook up and just see what you guys are doing and meet you guys. So if you're going to be there, let me know. I don't have Facebook on my phone, so please don't contact me through Facebook. But I do have Instagram, and of course you can just send me an email at harrelsontrumpets@gmail.com. And if I don't see it, somebody at the shop is going to let me know either way. So it'd be great to see you there. A few things I want to mention. Let's see, I've got kind of a mess here. Pull out the map first. So this is the official map for the 2016 IMTS, and of course it's in Chicago. Chicago is a lot of fun, bring lots of money, the place is expensive. Hopefully you have time to do some things outside of the show. That usually happens at night. But yeah, here is the map of the show itself. Now, the map is of McCormick Place, and McCormick Place is massive. It's this huge multi-building area that's just completely filled with everything you can ever imagine related to manufacturing. And some of my favorite spots are, let's see, well, my favorite spot really is the South Building because it's all metal cutting. And to me, it's all about cutting metal, having chips fly, maybe once in a while have a piece of metal fly through the glass or put a dent in the machine. That's pretty cool. It's not cool, but it is. I can't really explain that, but it is kind of fun. When you have lots of horsepower just tearing stuff apart and you make some cool stuff. So metal cutting is the largest space, and some of these displays are just massive. I've heard that some of them are even multi-levels this year. I know they've done that in the past. So we are shopping for possibly a horizontal or a 5-axis with a pallet system, and that's why I'll be spending a lot of time over here. I'll be at the Mazak booth. Even though Mazak isn't at the top of my list, I want to check it out. The Integrex 200 or 100, those both look really interesting to me. Basically, we are machining things that are about 6 to 8 inches in diameter and 6 to 8 inches tall. So in that volume, we could fit with 6x6 or 8x8, but in that volume, we really want to solve some machining issues, excuse me, that would be 5-axis and with a pallet system. If it doesn't have a pallet system, we'd want to at least be able to bar feed a lot of parts. So if you know of a machine out there that can do that, or one that you're using, or one you'd recommend, please let me know. Spindle speed is a factor for us because we're always trying to get higher spindle speeds. And I'll talk about that here in a second. But also, we want the pallets so we can just let this thing run lights out. Because I have a very small company, there are only 5 of us here, and really every labor hour counts. It's not so much about the cost of the labor as it is the time, because the time actually costs a lot. So for us, we're trying to get a better surface finish, higher spindle speeds, and at the same time be more productive with our hands kind of off of the machine as much as possible. So DMG Mori has some great solutions. Matsura, the LX160 is at the top of my list right now. Of course, Mazak, Integrex, the other ones that I would still consider working with would be Herco. If I did Herco, I'd probably have to have a pallet system, a rower or something that goes along with it. I'm open to that idea as well. But if you know of something else, let me know. But that's why I'll be in the metal cutting building so much. I'll also be in the North building It says the B hall is additive manufacturing, lasers, abrasive machining, that stuff. I'll be over there as well. I'm, looking for lasers, not really the machines that make all the parts by laser sintering and machining. Although I'd love to have the Sodic $800,000 machine that does that, where it literally sinters the powder and then it goes back and machines it every like 20 thousandths. So that'd be really cool. But for almost $1 million, it's not going to happen this year. Some other things I'm looking for lasers are a laser welder. We're looking at a Miyachi. If you guys use laser welders, let me know what you would suggest. And then we're also looking for a laser engraving system that could do real depth in brass and copper, titanium, stainless steel, those kinds of things. And by depth, I mean like 100 thou or more, somewhere in that range, because we want to actually machine with it. But we do a lot of custom artwork, real complicated features, and a laser would save us a lot of time. Plus, we just want to be able to mark a lot of parts. Okay, and then over here on the west building, that is our tooling and work holding systems, and I'm always interested in better tools. I've got great work holding, but I still am always looking for other solutions as well, especially if I got into a whole pallet system, then I'd have to buy a lot of that. And then down here, they say level 2 on the north building is where they have that 3D printed car. And I don't know if I showed you that yet, but the 3D printed car, I'll bring it up a little closer. That's something that's pretty interesting, and going through the guide, let's just see what they have in here. Looks like they're really pushing AMT and local motors. I don't know if you've seen the local motors. All the stuff on YouTube they have is pretty cool. And they have several different conferences that are involved in the show as well. I'm just looking at tools and technology, and I'm not really attending the conferences because we're really got to figure out what we're going to do next. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is that Matsuura has a cruise and a boat cruise on Wednesday night, and they were kind enough to include my dad and I. I'd like to just have a shout out for them. I'm really interested in looking at their 300 series horizontals. Really, I'm just interested in going and looking at lots of cool machines. So between them and DMG Mori and a few other manufacturers, the Kitamura 200 or 250, that's on my list to check out. Basically I'm just going to go have a lot of fun and check out a lot of the tools. So I hope to see you there.